Separate. Okay, right. Let's go. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome along to season 16 of Speed Force Racing. Joining me along is SFR G. How are you doing, G?
I'm not too bad at all. We're looking at an absolutely fantastic season, an exciting one of that, especially on this new game, and of course, a third tier at last. It's been a few seasons.
All right. So we have expanded into the third division this time around after a gap of 2 seasons. We've got about 16 full-time drivers, possibly 18 in the next couple of days, and yeah, super exciting because the more the number of divisions, the closer the racing is, and I really can't wait to see what kind of racing this division produces.
I think it's going to be one hell of a fight. Right now, as it stands, I have no idea who's going to be the standout person because we don't know. We just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, again, people are still getting used to the game. I know the game has been out for a month, but people are busy with their jobs. Some spend more time, some spend less time. Some are quicker to adapt, some are slow to adapt. So I think people are going to find their feet as the season progresses, and I think the one who improves the most eventually gets the championship.
Unless we have a first race where people doing nothing but making donuts.
Yeah, I mean, I think people who do league racing have a certain amount of dedication to the game. So I hope that doesn't happen. But of course, the odds spin, even the best of the drivers can have it. So let's hope we don't get to see much of those. So let's do a quick rundown of the teams, shall we?
A rundown of the teams themselves. Okie dokie. First of all, point out there is no drivers for Sauber or Williams. In the Red Bull, you got a lineup of Billy G and Doran. In the Ferrari, you got the all-female lineup of Ellie and Simo. In Mercedes, you got Chris Big Pro and Stake. In McLaren, you got John Moss and Shaggy. In the Alpine, you've got Mr. Biggles and the Vicar. In RB, I hate saying Visa because it just sounds silly as RB, is Silver Fox and Alex Haig. Haas, you've got Praberli and Mitrande. And finally in the Aston Martin, you've got Narodia and Gogs.
Yeah, so Bahrain, has been the traditional season opener for like ages now. So it is, and it's also the track where most drivers do their first TT times. So how are you feeling the track on the new handling settings?
On the new handling settings, it has been a bit more difficult. As you know, previous season I've been quite dominant here myself. Yes, I have. I think I'm winning like 3 seasons on the bounce. I don't know. I think with this game it's a bit more Max Verstappen-esque, and it doesn't work.
All right.
So,
Yeah. So
I think they're reverting back to an old version of the handling itself, and so we'll see what happens going forward because there is supposed to be an update coming up where it's going to sort the handling out, which might change a few things. So we'll find out in the next few weeks what's going on.
right. And I think we must also give it to the F1 community who have been uh, thorough with their feedback, and it actually forced the game developers to bring an update to the game handling within weeks of the game launch. So yeah, I think the game is much better than where it was when the game got launched. But yeah, still maybe some nits and bits to be fixed here and there.
There's always going to be little fixes here and there, but as soon as you get the handling sorted out, it's going to be pretty much nearly there. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good going forward. And right now, on an outlap at the moment, the first person on the outlap is actually Silver Fox in the RB. So see what it does. He's coming up to the final straight now. Turn 13 is going around now. So we'll see what it does into 14, 15 before blasting down to turn 1.
Yeah, I mean, he's now coming around the final corner. So do you want to take us to this lap, Gareth?
I will do. Obviously now it's going down the main straight. Obviously blast open DRS, full on with the ERS at the same time before you actually hit an 8th gear at 330k before going into turn 1, turn 2, which is a very slow higher pin left right hander for Little King for oh never mind, he span it.
there goes our first spin of the day.
Unfortunately, he spanned the car out of the exit of turn one, and can't do much about that.
So
And
let's follow ODB Nerodia then. I think he's
Nerodia, yes. Obviously, he's just come out at the end of back end of turn four. Obviously, going through the sweeping left and right of 5 and 6 and 7. He's actually purpled at the same time because he's the first one through it. And obviously, slow down for turn 8. The sharp right-handed, which now goes uphill and then goes back downhill through turn 9 and 10, which can catch a lot of people out because they can go too wide, too deep, and obviously messes up a lot. But obviously now, foot to the floor, DRS, ERS open, and just blasting it up to turn 11, and then taking this sweeping left-hander going uphill. Be careful not to lose traction at the back end because it can happen. Off to the famous turn 12, the auto spin curve, where he just nearly loses it there at the same time, dropping downhill to turn 13. Again, another squirt of ERS. You might want to push it a bit more. You might want to. Depends how you're feeling. But looking at this, Nerodia is out of ERS itself, and obviously the final couple of corners and then over the line. Let's see what it gets. We'll go in provisional pole, of course, because third person to do that, and it's 1:30.2.
Yeah, I think he left. So it was an interesting tactic from him where he left the overtake on for a bit longer than expected. So we got OWR Stianke, who's set at 134, and
it's Ellie that's just gone. Ellie's just gone pole with a 29.1. So the thing is with the ERS on this game itself is a big difference. They're similar going to P3. Sorry, Doran's now in P3 with 1:30.2. Is you can manage ERS a lot more, especially in qualifying itself, because you can now go into overtake. But the thing is, overtake actually drains your battery like there's no tomorrow. So you've got to be very careful with it and think where you're gonna use it.
So let's give it. So let's see who else is coming across. Is it the second Mercedes of this big pro? And he goes pole with a 29.1.
It's going to be Mr. Wiggles about to come over the line now out of DRS. Obviously used it all, so he comes a line and goes P5. And obviously at the same time, Vicker has also gone P3 with a 29.1. I've done this strat myself. I've obviously managed to get into 28, so these guys are not too far. They're not too far slower than me. This is why the times themselves through all divisions are going to be very, very close.
Yeah, I mean, and especially, I think earlier we didn't have this luxury of using overtake during quali, so it all depends on what tactics people use. It might not actually be their true pace. They might actually be good at using the ERS a bit more effectively than others, but that might not actually translate into a good race pace. So yeah, the timings might get mixed up here and there, but we need to see if the race pace actually matches with their quali times.
That's it. That's the same with the race pace. A lot of things are going to be so much different. Can they look after the tyres? How much diff are they going to use? How much engine brake are they going to use? And how much they're going to use the ERS? So it's 4 factors to do now to with a race day, and you've got to try and juggle them all 4 throughout the race themselves.
I agree. So I think the first runs where drivers are done. Gobbs and Mobs John.
Yeah, he's just gone to the pit now because he just invalidated his lap. Still, Fox is still going, but of course invalidated yet again, and is now going to the pits because they basically tried to do 2 runs and they invalidated it both times. Oriel Glass is actually on the lap right now in the Williams. Obviously came in as a reserve driver. I believe obviously joined late, and obviously this is kind of like, I don't know. Obviously that's down to you. I just don't know. They've not been officially given a seat according to the.
So his availability is not steady. So he's going to stay on as a reserve for the rest of the season.
We'll see what he does. I mean, he's in the Williams. He's actually coming down he's coming down the second straight of this 4 straight track. Obviously, 3 DRS zones. The main straight, the first straight after turn 3 and of course the one he's just gone through, and obviously now going through the lovely auto spin curve. He still does it, by the way, because I know, because I've tried it, weirdly enough, and unfortunately Simo has just lagged out the session, so she gets back.
Yeah, maybe you can try to throw an invite in case. Oh yeah, but I think on the PS5 the invites stay, unlike what we had, how we had it in PS4, where the invite just vanishes once you use it. So I don't think that should be a problem now. Right, who else is on a lap? Vicar is coming across the final corner.
The Vicar, as anyone will know, this is my old man, by the way, and has now just gone pole with a 28.7.
Yeah, I think that's a spot on lap. I mean, I think these guys are now pushing the limits. 28.7, do 3. I think that should guarantee top 3 at least.
They should do, but of course, Chris Big Pro is on an out lap right now. Simo's just got back in. She's down in P11 right now with a 30.3. That's respectable. Can't fault with that. It's very respectable. She's shown. I think she's shown a lot of improvement since the last time she was here. Obviously, she did struggle a lot, but now is coming into fruition and it's paying off.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is what league racing is all about, right? You try to make those small improvements on each and every season, and then you try to put your best foot forward. Right, so Nerodia fun putting on a lap, so Duran, let's
Mobs,
let's
John
follow Duran.
and Silver Fox are back on out laps. I'm just on an out lap with Chris Big Pro because he's actually only 4/10 off pole, so I just want to see what he's going to try and do with this lap itself. If he's going to try and push it, go for it. Ellie's only 4/10 off herself, but she is in the pits. And of course, Preberly in P4 is half a second off. So those 4 drivers are very close within each other, but all depends what they do on the second or even third runs themselves. Preberly, I do believe, is on a lap or on an in lap. He is actually on a lap and he's actually used a lot of his battery already. So let's see what this Haas driver does. He's now coming to 9 and 10. Also now, as Dan used to say, Granny's corner. Don't know why he called it that, but he did. Obviously now the DRS, this little mini DRS straight, which I actually kind of like it because it sweeps into turn 11 as you go uphill. And so many people can lose it around here. It's quite phenomenal how they do it.
Yeah, I mean, especially people who are on no traction, I think they have to be very gentle on the throttle. I think he just set up purple sector too.
It was purple, yes, so he might sneak it. I mean, some of these guys, like I say, the first couple of races, times are going to be so close throughout all 3 divisions. So it's going to be quite interesting. Still until things settle down, and goes P2 with a 28.8.
Yeah, just a tenth between Vicar and Preberly. Let's see who else is on a lap.
It's going to be Chris Big Pro. He's sitting in P3. He's just come through turn 13 now, and I'm loving all this small OWR takeover that's happening. And so our SFR guys can really show what we're actually made of. He's just coming through 14 and 15 now. He's coming to line and he's actually going in the pits.
Yeah, I think Duran is next. I think he's not. He's not getting lap there.
Doran is actually he's just gone around turn 13 now, so he's on the back straight. So he's going to be able to he'll be finishing his lap right now. The Red Bulls both 5th and 6th right now, and I know Doran just struggled through the assessment races themselves, but now and again going in the pits. Am I missing something here?
Yeah, I think the moment the mini sectors are not showing improvement, I think drivers are preferring to get into the pits, maybe preserve the tire to maybe use it for a safety car or some other purpose.
They could. I've noticed that. Saying about preserving the tyres, they have to think very, very carefully how they do it, because this game might want everyone to do a locked diff, but they will destroy your tyres.
Yeah, so
even though, yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Sonic.
Yeah, so I was saying let's go ahead with Ellie. I think she's improved 200s in the first sector, but her second sector looks pretty solid. Uh,
Nearly
Almost
410 subs,
four
so
ten
she's
serves.
looking
Yeah,
good for pole. She's looking good for pole right now, and she's massively improved. So maybe Noldus has given her some pointers, and obviously Noldus Division 1 driver. So she was just coming. She's coming to the line now. DRS open. Oh, just touches the grass a bit there. Might just. She does go pole by 1/1000th of a second. A
that
millisecond she goes pole by.
that's
But I think
that's
she lost
less
a
than a blink of
small
an eye.
amount of time. Yeah, it's a small
Yeah,
amount. Lost very small. I mean, a minute amount of time by being on the grass. Like just for a couple of seconds of being stuck in the grass. But she does go pole by 1/1000th of a second. So that
yeah,
is very close.
yeah. Let's go on board with Billy G. I think he's improved almost 3/10 in the first sector there.
Two and a
Uh,
half tenths, yeah, through sector two. Obviously going up to the lovely auto spin curb of
Interesting.
turn 12.
He's, he doesn't seem to be deploying his battery at all. Uh,
He does. He's now 3.2 seconds down on this time. So
yeah,
something's
not
happened
sure.
there. Has he backed out? He
Yeah,
has backed out. Again, up on your time by 2.5 tenths and then back out. So obviously something must be happening as they go through 11, 12 to 13. They must be losing the back end slightly, but he's now going for it now. So he might have just done a prep lap, 2 prep laps for his tyres, which is actually something new in this game. You can now do 2 prep laps if you wanted to, and the
yeah,
tyres will take it.
yeah. And I think one more thing that I've noticed on the game is that uh, the tire wear is not even. I mean, of course, it was never even even on the previous game, but the difference is huge between all the tires. I mean, your one tire could burn 7%, but the other could be 25%. Earlier, the difference was not this big.
It is obviously Billy G just slid it right there, coming out of turn 7, and he's lost it out coming out of turn 8, unfortunately. So that's his lap gone. That's the reason why he's saying about the tyre wear being not the same. It's trying to emulate what it does in real life.
And Mr.
The
Wiggles
tyres
has
in real life are not even, because you see sometimes when they do replays, you can see the marbles or a line appearing, and it's only on one tyre
right.
because it's more worn than the rest, and then the others start catching up. It's where the load of the car is actually going to.
Yeah, so I
And
think
that's
that's interesting bit that drivers need to adapt as well because in a certain corner where your less one tire could 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 be the one assisting in getting the maximum grip, that might not be the same case in some other turns where your one tire is the one that's giving you the best grip. So drivers have to be wary of which corners they're going to push and which corners they have to back off a bit.
Yeah. So I think Billy is going again. So Sam stayed on board with him through this. He's going again. So I think it's his third lap on his set of tyres. So they won't be prime condition anymore. So they'll be a bit off and lose it slightly coming out of turn 1. And so Billy is really pushing it. It's going to be quite interesting how this all pans out.
Yeah, so we've got a minute and a half left. I don't see both both the top two drivers coming out. So
No.
are they saving a set for the race? Are they saving a soft for the race?
I think, to be honest, yes, because you just never know. You might just get a late safety car. You just might get a late safety car, because I used to do it in last season's game. Go out straight away and then do one halfway through. I always saved the set. Always saved the set. It was just my strategy. There's no point doing 3 runs, because by the time it came to the second run, you're on par. You knew where to go.
Yeah, definitely. And Billy G coming around the turn 13.
Oh, did lose it coming out of 13, but he's 3.5 tenths up, so he might have just lost a tenth and a half through that. So we'll see what happens. He might have lost a bit more. He's coming out through 14 and 15. This double right-hander, which seems like one, but it is actually 2. All his batteries being used. He comes over the line and does a 29.6. So he lost a tenth and a half, like I said, coming out of 13. But is in P8, but does finished off with a 29.6. And you can just see the gaps, how much the gaps are. I mean, the top three obviously separated by a tenth. That's it, a tenth for the top three, and then it's another further 3/10 down to Chris Big Pro, and another nearly 4/10 down to Doran, and then let's say Doran, Alex Hay, and Preb One, they're all
Dorn has
close by
improved.
hundreds.
Yeah, I think he's giving it all for his final push. The time is now up. Anybody who's going to cross the track, that's quality done.
That's it. That's it. They're all, like I say, they're all cross on line. Ellie obviously is on. Ellie's on pole unless someone can snick it. Doran did not go any faster. There's a Haas about to come to line now. I think that is Preb 1. No, it's not Preb 1. It's the
It's
the other Haas, the Preberli, who's now coming to the pits. But Preb 1 is still on a lap right now, so he's left it all the way to last minute to set a lap.
I think Prep
So
1 is on the
Preberli,
lap.
Preberli is retired in the pits. It's Preb 1 on the lap right now near the Haas.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know what his Haas car just looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm actually glad they actually corrected the map color for them, because I think Ferrari and Haas both had red, so that was confusing.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's good
I'm
for
glad
them
it's
to change
sorted
it.
now.
Wiggles just put himself up to P10 with a 29.6. And Preb 1 is about to come over the line now. He's the last one to do a lap, and he goes into P5, gets a 29.3. So cracking lap at the end for Preb 1. So there you have it. There's a Ferrari on pole.
Ferrari on pole, and it's good to see Alpine in the second row. First row, sorry.
There is, because I'm in the Alpine myself for tomorrow. How ironic is that? Me and Dan are going to be rocking the Alpines.
Right, so it's a late evening setup. Oh yeah, I'll let you walk through the.
That's it, yes. The grid right now, obviously, like I say, Ellie and Paul on the front row as well with the Vicar. Row 2 is Preberli and Chris. Row 3 is Preb 1 and Stanek. That is your top 6. They got Doran, Alexei, Billy, and Wiggles for your top 10. The rest of the grid is Narodia, Simo, Silfox, Oreo Glass in P14. And you finish out with Mobs, John, and Gogs, who did not set a time.
Yeah, no surprises there with Gog not setting a time.
I want to say something about that. I want to just yet. We all know he doesn't. But obviously, we all know Gogs has got immense race pace, and I mean he's unbelievably fast when he's on it. And yeah. I always do wonder, why doesn't he qualify? Because he can be, some tracks he's so fast, you're thinking, if he qualified, he'd be right at the front of the grid, challenging for a race win. So why start at the back? That's just something I just don't get. But each their own, I guess.
Yeah, Oliver says, could there be a female winner? Definitely. I mean, why not?
That would be awesome. Have we ever had one?
I can't remember to the best of my memory, mate. So I think it's a no. Right. So now we have the drivers sorting out their strategies, fuel levels, tire pressures, wing levels.
That's it. We've also said do not ready up until the admins do, because. Yeah, just don't do it, because you might as well just retire straight away. Don't ready it. Whenever you don't ready up, you're going to get slapped wrist. I mean, I'm looking forward to this race. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, from what the simulations have shown, a two-stopper and a one-stopper, there's not much in between both of them. So I think it all depends on where you are on the track. If you're fighting too hard, maybe stick to one stop. If you got clean air, maybe you can push for that two stop. I think the strategy is going to be play a big part in tonight's race.
It is, because on this track itself, because I have done it a few times, it forces you into a two stop. You cannot revert to one stop unless you do it manually. and that's where the problem comes in. If you've got so much lock diff, it eats your rear tyres up. Yes, you've got amazing traction, don't get me wrong, but it'll ruin your tyres. If you unlock your diff, you don't have the traction, but it saves your tyres. So it goes either way. Is what do these drivers want to do?
Yeah, and I think there are a range of strategies that you could do. You could do a soft, medium, hard. You could do soft, soft, hard, medium, medium, hard. So yeah,
But you can't do a medium hard. It can be done.
and also a medium, hard. Yeah,
But it means you've really got to look after your tyres. But it can be done. So I say, I'm looking forward to this. I really am looking to. The first race of the new season is finally here. It's
yeah.
we had to
Super
obviously
exciting stuff.
we did have to delay it a week because of the first so-called handling model they put in, which was actually a lie. They didn't. So we had to delay a week, didn't we? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, the initial plan was that to start off 1 week earlier, and then probably have a break in between, sometime around September or October, and then finish off the season before Christmas. But yeah, we still have a gap. We have a reserve day at the end of the season in case we have a lobby issue or glitches that happen. We do have that odd day across the season where nothing works. So there is still a provision for a reserve day, but yeah, I think the fact that the game got launched so early into the calendar, unlike the previous years, actually gave us this leverage of having enough time for testing as well as having a break at the end.
This is but it's been done. We managed it. We've got it all put in. We've got it all sorted out, and here we are.
Yeah, so I think I hope Wiggles has not forgotten that he is the one who's supposed to ready up.
Maybe he's fallen asleep. But isn't it Wiggles and Vicar?
Yeah, so
either of them can actually ready up and start all this. But let's wait and find out. We're just going to sit here and look at the pits. Looks good. No rain. That's good. like looking at all the teams just sitting around going, yeah. So it's just a case of here we go. Here we go. The first formation lap of the SFR season here in Division 3 for round 1 in Bahrain. Now, beforehand, I think in last year's game, people could just trail brake and they won the tyres up. This game you can't do anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a big giveaway last year because I don't think it should have been that way. But yeah, I'm actually glad that they've actually removed that because I think it makes the tire warm-up process a bit more realistic and closer to the real F1.
Yeah, because I mean you can still trail brake, but it doesn't have the same effect. So you do have to weave. But also I've noticed something about this game because I race on a Sunday morning and they've turned their formation lap off. And I won't say why until after the formation lap has been done.
Okay, that's interesting.
But I've got to do it because people might take advantage of the information I've got to give. That's why I'm not saying it right now. But right. I'll say when the race settles down, I'll go back to it later on.
Right, and I will remember to remind you in case we get sidetracked.
Yeah, just looking at the tyres, first 4 are all mediums, then you got Preb on hards, then Stank on mediums, then you got hard, then you got 5 hard runners, Doran, Alexei, Billy, Wiggles and Narodia, then Simo, Silfox, Origlass on mediums, and of course Gog starting last on hards. You got Mob John starting on softs. That's very brave.
Yeah, I mean, let's also be cautious that Mobs is still new to the game and new to league racing, so I think his focus would be to get as much experience in the league racing as possible, with respect to tire strategies, how you take care of tires, overtakes, pit stops, etc. So I think Mobs will take it easy in his first race. But yeah, I think the rest of the
Oh,
tire
two been
choices.
disqualified already. Best going too far over the line. And so's Billy G. Yes, your car will roll a bit, so you do have to stop a bit earlier.
Right.
So here we go. Now we go. We are absolutely go. No, I'm not going to do go. And someone just gone wild into there. There's a car around already. It's Billy.
That's
Already
Billy,
has gone off the line, and there's a swamp out for turn 1, and it's Preb who's got into P2, being the vicar. Obviously the two Mercedes down at P4 and 5. That's a cracking start from Preb
and
to
he
get
was
into
fun
P2.
as well. So both the Red Bull and Ferrari at the back too early in the race.
Very early indeed. So unless they tried to go too hard offline and lost the back end, but I'm sure they'll come back into it for too long. And again, it's still very close at the front. Paberli, Ali got 4/10 on Paberli right now, but Paberli is pulling away from the Vic already. So he is really going for it.
Yeah, so a quick look at the position changes. Biggest change from Origlas, he's gained 4 positions, followed by Mobs and Gogs, of course. Two of those positions are some spins of Spin 1 Billy G. The top was pretty much the same, except Vicar and Preberly swapping positions. Same case with OWF Tian and Preb 1.
That's it. Also remember that DRS gets activated as soon as they cross the line. Don't have to wait 2 laps anymore. 1 lap and it's activated. I think Paberli is going to make an attack out of turn 3, going up the hill, and he's actually making a move right now. Paberli going for the lead of this race, and all he has done is actually taken the lead from Ellie. Can he keep it to turn 1? Can Ellie? It's very close. They've kept it. Eddie's got it back. Eddie is back into the lead of this race. The Vicar's got to watch out behind him because he's got the Mercedes of Chris Big Pro right on his rear ends. But those top 4 now start to pull away. They need 2 seconds clear of Stank and the other Mercedes.
Yeah, I mean the top 3 are pretty much going for it. Probably already saving his battery. His light blinking already.
Yeah, Mobs John has actually climbed a few places right now. He's in P11 and he's on the back of Alex Haig in the RB.
Yeah, I think Mobs is having a pretty decent race compared to his quality. I think he's found his speed now.
Is he going to go for it? He looks for it and then dive back underneath the RB then.
Yeah, the racing instinct kicking in already.
And Simo is on the rear end of Wiggles and got past him. She's got past Wiggles, so Wiggles is actually on a bit of a shocker of a time on these first couple laps already.
Yeah, I think he probably didn't get accustomed to the hards because they take a bit of time to get warmed up. So you have to be cautious.
I've just looked further back here. Billy G has had a further incident. He's got no end plate at all on his front wing. So he's going to be having an early box. I think he's boxed already and put on the new set of mediums. I think he's going to have to box again.
Yeah, I mean, no way he's going to drive that car around this track. I mean, it is.
Oh, this is a fight. I'm sorry. Just obviously a massive fight for P1 right now. Look, might go 3 abreast. Oh, come on, Bennett. That was awesome racing there. Obviously, the Vic had to fend like crazy from the Mercedes right behind him, and all 4 of them go for it. It was a pretty awesome racing.
Yeah, I think.
Oh no! The Haas just hit the Ferrari.
And it was a very good driving from Vicar because he avoided getting into the back of the Haas there.
He was. I say the Haas just tapped the Ferrari in front, but looks at no damage, which is good. Look at these 4 races there right here. This is awesome racing already from these 4. Oh, Chris Big Pro just had a look at a dive at the Vicar, but didn't make it work.
Yeah, I think Vicar was smart there. He didn't leave the door open, and that forced Big Pro to back off.
That's right. I mean, the Vic is a very, very smart driver. I know he's only been here a few seasons, It'll be a very smart driver, and I think he's going to be one to be looking after his tyres, because Pirelli is locking up his front right a fair few times, but they're all still within DRS with each other. I think Chris Big Pro's fallen out of DRS are the Vicker, so top three are just spun away all on their own. Is the Vicker going to have a look down the inside? No, he's not this time round.
He's got a very good chance now, already alongside the Haas.
Oh, he has. Here comes the Vicker now. The Vicker going for it. So Pirelli must have had a very bad launch out the chicane. Obviously turn 3, but was able to stay ahead.
And Vickers tries to go around the outside. No,
not through there. It's kind of difficult. It's backed out a little bit, and has obviously fallen to the hands of Mercedes again.
yeah. So the top 3, Ellie towing all the 3 drivers behind her. So that's kind of creating a gap between P5 and P4. Both the OWR drivers.
Staniak is actually closing him on Preb 1 right now. He's in DRS range, and might have a chance for it if they obviously get the chance to do it. But of course, I'm trying to look around to see if there's any other battles. Nerodia is only 8 tenths behind Doran, who's Preb 1 has got yes, Staniak has actually got past Preb 1, so it's Mercedes 4 and 5.
Yeah, and we have an interesting battle now for the lead. All 3 drivers within 2 tenths. Let's see if they can make a pass on Ellie over here.
4 drivers within half a second each other. This is awesome racing. Here goes Pirelli going for the lead again. He's got no ERS at all, absolutely none. No ERS. Ellie's got 40%, so she can definitely can defend and has DRS as well. So Preb 1 had the move but could not defend, and the Mercedes has gone around the outside of the Vicker there. Well, tried it anyway, but the Vicker has kept it. He stayed in P3, but is getting harassed by Chris Big Pro behind him.
Yeah, I think Chris is getting frustrated over here. He either has a bit more pace than the drivers ahead, or he's probably using a bit more battery than the others.
I'm just looking further back. Obviously, Mob John is on the soft tyres, and is actually now only 4 tenths behind Oriel Glassford. So he's doing well on his, let's say, his first race. He's already in P10, and obviously looking at P9.
Yeah, I think it's a very tricky corner, but he still maintains the gap. Of course, the tyre advantage, playing a bit and getting good traction. Alex Hogg is having a look on Mob John, and
I'll say those 3 drivers are looking right now, but I've just gone back to the front, and Chris has just gone massively wide at a turn 13, so losing it again. And obviously we've missed a change for lead, I'm afraid. Missed a change for lead. Pirelli's got back as a lead, and the Vicker is now is looking at 2nd place. He's not. He's saving it. He's saving his battery. He's got a. The Vicker's now got P2 without using it. The Vicker's been very smart with his battery. Very smart.
Yeah, Vicker gets a massive bump draft from Chris Big Pro. So
he's got to go for the lead. He's going for the lead. I thought he is. Oh, just missed out. Just missed out on lead there going to turn 4.
Yeah. So with Chris Big Pro slotting in between these 3, I think he's going to create a gap.
Pirelli's definitely dropped off the pack there down in P4 now. Preb 1 is slowly starting to gain the leaders because he's on the hard tyres. They will start to be getting to the performance stage now, but then they last forever. They can last ages. These hard tyres are. As I was stating earlier about the formation lap.
Yeah.
If you go into AI during the formation lap, it warms your tyres up for you, and they are perfect.
Oh, that's interesting. So I think you should probably
I'm just
watch
pointing
out.
it out. So it's definitely something to look out for. Anyone that goes into AI during the formation lap.
Yeah. I think we will have a look out for that and drop in an announcement tonight after the race. So yeah. We've got Vicar, who's right on the gearbox of
There he goes. He's easily got it. He literally burns some battery to do it as well. So well done on the Vicar, taking lead on lap 7. But can he keep it? Mind you, this guy is 70 years old. That's right, 70.
Both the cars drifting a bit right there.
Yeah, these cars can drift. It's only because the tyres were stuck. With the medium tyres now, they will start the slow drop off. So they're now getting past to where they were. They start dropping off. That's why Preb is actually now closing the gap. He's actually closed 2 tenths already. Obviously now he's only 2 seconds behind. So Preb 1 will come into the fold in the next few laps. And of course he'll be your race leader once these guys pit.
Yeah, so Preb, I think he's gaining about 2 tenths or 2 to 3 tenths per lap on Preb early.
He is indeed. Chris is now 2 seconds, or 1.7 seconds off Ellie, so the gap has built up at the front. Mops John is still chasing Alex Haig down at the moment, and but his tyres got to be screaming right now. So it won't be too long before we see him into the pits.
Yeah, I did try these softs in the first stint, and yeah, after the 6th lap they were pretty done. I think the tire wear was already up at 35%.
Oh dear! Chris has befallen the massive 10-second penalty by speeding in the pits. Harsh, but yes.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate for him. There's no way he can appeal that, so yeah, that penalty stays.
Obviously, Eddie's got past back to Vicar and is now leading the race. Alex Haig has just jumped up to 6th place, and so I don't know what's happened there. Apart from Chris Big Pro, apart from Chris Big Pro, but somehow a lot of them just gained 2 places. Unless I missed something, I don't know. I do apologise over that, but that's something I missed. Trying to keep up with everything that's going on, but Ellie is starting to push. Is starting to trying to extend her lead, but she actually can't. The Vicar's staying with her.
I think Wiggles had another spin there, and yeah, I think the tires have now cooked, so he needs to take it.
Yeah, on those hard tyres they should be okay, but it seems to have lost out turn 4. And obviously spanning. So here comes Semo, gone past. She's actually doing okay. Yes, she fell some place at the start, but is controlling her own race and is doing okay.
Yeah, so just a reminder to the viewers that all drivers who finish gets points. We don't follow the traditional F1 points system where only the top 10 get points. So yeah, it doesn't matter whether you're 15th or 16th. You just got to have the motivation to finish the race and not quit.
Oh, Mobs John has also befallen a 10-second penalty, and the top 2 is still having a fight. They're changing the lead every single corner. Oh, there's a bit of a touch. Oh, just out of turn 4 there. So that's quite interesting. So Ellie and the Vicar just swapping places each and every single corner. They've been able to gap Burley and Preb 1 by, they've been able to gap Burley by some distance now, over 3 seconds clear.
I think both of them, the race pace is pretty close, so none of them are able to pull away from the other. So I think it's going to stay like this for the entire race unless some untoward incident happens.
Yeah, Mobs John has been in the pits, come out and gone back onto the set of softs. He's put another set of softs on, so must be looking at doing a soft hard.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the only possible thing. So he's gonna probably do another 8 lap stint on those softs, and then there's actually a good chance that he could try a medium maybe and do those 13 laps.
17 laps on a set of mediums. Sorry, 18 laps even. 17, 18 laps on a set of mediums. That is really pushing the boundaries of them, and I don't think they actually make it. But the Vicar again going for the lead of the race into turn 1. This lead battle is actually amazing. I'm sorry for missing anything else, but it's a closer battle going. Apart from Chris Big Pro, he's got himself past the Aston Martin but obviously letting go back past. Chris Big Bro was at the front to begin with, has dropped back after his pit stop and is now in P10.
Yeah, so Nerodia is... That's right.
Sorry, I was going to say Mobs John was closing on Silfox, but Silfox has gone to the pits and picked up a 10-second penalty. This is going to be absolutely a nightmare when it comes to the end of the race with these massive 10-second penalties. And like obviously Sonic said, you cannot challenge it.
I mean, unless they have enough evidence that they were within the speed limit, I don't think they can.
Or if they got pushed into the pits, which was not, if you get pushed into the pits by someone going too fast, then yeah, you can challenge it by all means.
Of course.
But if there's no one around you and you just sped into it, well, then that's pretty much down to you.
Yeah, so I don't know. Round 10 of overtakes between and Vicaris.
Oh, Paul, what have you done there, you melon?
But yeah,
had to do that.
Yeah, but it's actually good that he kept it out of the wall. The car is still intact. Yeah. He is almost closing in on Ellie, so
yeah, he's got the pace. That's something he has got the pace. I mean, he showed it in testing itself. He has got immense race pace. He always says he's got no qualifying, but obviously qualified second. And he's actually an immense job. He should be very proud of himself.
Yeah, so
challenging for the lead and just lost that bit of time. But again, he's now closing already. He's now half a second with an Ellie. Yeah, even after that mistake at the Bahrain corner.
Yeah, so 3 cars in the pits now. Williams, Mercedes, and I think only those 2. The third car? No, yeah. So just Williams and Mercedes coming out of the pits.
Both out. And they're right next to Mobs John as well. Lucky enough they all got through that.
Yeah.
Obviously this second stint is going to be awesome to see what actually happens, because basically this battle is going to be for first and second. And it's I'm sorry to say, this first stint, the first 11 laps have been absolutely awesome. Had 4 cars to start off with, and of course they always bounced out, but it's how you manage and how you save your tyres now. They're the only 2 on mediums that have not gone in, but the Vic is coming in now.
Yeah, so Vicar is pulling an undercut over here, so
and slow down and didn't get a penalty. Another car. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's not the game. That's a proof that it's not the game. You just have to slow down enough.
Yeah, he's doing 20 miles an hour, goes to the pit sense. Bit faster, but thing is, going that slow to the pits, will it affect him? Will it affect him? Because he's got a lot of traffic to get through now. Chris Big Pro has jumped in, but is now on 4-lap old mediums. So the overcut can work, but can obviously Chris Big Pro make those mediums last the entire race? But is he doing is he going to do medium, soft? So I think Chris is going to do a 2-stopper. Chris is definitely doing a 2-stopper. The Vicar's already right behind the Rodia. There's a spinner right there. That's Gogs, who's retired on track.
Oh, and Vicar almost goes into the back of Nerodia there.
Yeah, just lost the back end as well. But Gogs retired on the track. Seemed to have lost out of turn 4, spun it and then retired. Caught on stream, by the way.
Yeah, so let's see if Ellie comes into the pits, and if she does, I think she is going to come out, because Vicar lost a bit of time behind Nerodia there.
But Simo is in the pits right now. Simo is in the pits, so Ellie might have... No, she's coming in. I think Simo just came out just in time, but Ellie's in the pits. Predbon will take the lead because he's not pitted yet. Doran goes into P2 because, like I said, it's on the hard. Does the Vicar jumper? I don't think so. I think he's too far behind because he's stuck behind the Rodia. But is he going to get a toe off him at the same time? This is the thing. Will he get out? No, he's not. He's not going to get out in front of him.
Yeah, Nerodia was saving battery there, so it was easy overtake.
Yeah.
And
So I think, oh, and the roadie's just gone right to the back of the Vicar. What was that all about there? He just gone straight to the back of him.
yeah, bit of a boxing match going on between these two. But yeah, I hope
There's no
they
need to,
understand.
because they're on two different strategies. There's no
Exactly.
need for that kind of there's just no need for it. The Vicar's on fresher tyres, the roadie is on older hards, and he just basically missed the braking point. He was straight in the back of him. So the Vicar now 1.3 seconds off, so he's lost a second by coming in a lap early. Sorry, maybe a lap earlier. Eddie's been able to gain a second on the Vicar. If the Vicar didn't have that little moment when he came out of the pits, it might have been different.
Yeah, I
We
think.
don't know.
Yeah, I think Vickers would have definitely been in the DRS. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Chris Big Pro making a move on Alex Hogg, moves into P3 now on those mediums.
He does, but like I say, he's on 5 lap old mediums. So like I say, Chris will have to pit again.
Yeah, that was strange between Alex Hogg and Chris because.
Chris has nearly lost it.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like Chris let him through, and then I don't know what's going on here.
Chris did lose into the final corner, just lost the back end, but moves into P2 because Alex Haig is in the pits. Only 13 laps on those hards. The roadie has got a 10-second penalty. So some of these guys have got to be doing two stoppers, because I've done it already, and I was able to do 19 laps on these hards.
Yeah, I think the hards are good for 18-19 laps. Of course, the last couple of laps, you have to be a bit careful, but yeah, 17 laps easily done. How you're going to manage the remaining 12 laps is what your race result would depend on.
Talking about catching to Ellie, Vicker is now only half a second behind her. He is on a charge. He's going for it.
Yeah, I mean, also it could also be possible that Ellie is probably taking care of her tires, not taking too many risks. Because once Vicar is faster, she is able to keep up with him. So
and vice versa.
And vice versa. So I think she was probably taking care of her tires and not pushing them too hard.
That's right. And obviously, Chris. So at the moment, obviously, Preb is in the lead, right? He's in P1 in the lead, 13 lap old hards. He will have to pit and obviously change the mediums. Dawn doing the same thing as well. Them two are very close together, a second apart. Chris P3 will have to pit again, and also has a 10-second penalty. And he comes to the pits right now. He's coming to the pits to serve it at the same time, and obviously change the hards. Only 7 laps in these mediums. He must have cooked them. Probably in P4, dropping off. But obviously Ellie and the Vicar, who are net P1 and P2 right now, he's dropped off. Oh, yeah, I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've done this, so yeah. So SFR Duran right on the back of Preb 1 over here within 4/10. He is going to get DRS out of turn 9. So
Mobbed John getting mobbed. Sorry, Mobbed John getting mobbed by Staniak. It was just there. And he's got Oroglass right behind him as well. So his softs are gone. Oh, he's had a bit of a slide. You cannot drift an F1 car. You are not. Yeah, I'll try to think of his name. I can't remember it now. You're not Ken Block. Rest in peace.
Yeah, what a legend he was.
Chris Big Pro, obviously now on the hard tyres for the rest of the race, is right behind Narodia. Mr. Wiggles is getting hassled by Silver Fox right now. Down in P12 and 13 respectively. So Wiggles is struggled, to be fair, because like I say, he's trying no traction and is just having a bit of a trouble at the moment, but he will get used to it and get faster.
Yeah, I think I'll probably give it 2-3 weeks till he gets the hang of it, and then I think we will see him battling a little further ahead.
Yeah, that will be cool indeed. The Vicar has got past Ellie into turn 1 yet again, but can he keep it? Does he keep it though? He doesn't have obviously DRS. He does keep it to turn 4 this time. I tell you, this This fight right here is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, both these drivers, they
Oh,
were
Mobs Jonas
inseparable.
got 10 seconds of penalty for speed, and that's his second one now. He's now got 20 seconds worth of penalties.
Yeah, I
Ouch.
don't know what happened there. I think Ellie and Vicar touched a bit there because her car
No,
grayed
not at
out
all. No,
a little bit.
it's a
No?
case of the Vicar's been able to hold the lead himself, and is now consistently keeping it. He's obviously saving his battery. He's not pushing it when he needs to. He's obviously using the dirty air of his car to disturb Ellie's, because it does affect your car being in the dirty air a lot in this game, I've noticed. And the more, Ellie's got to go wider because the car doesn't react, and therefore her tyres get more used at the same time. So the Vicar just has to control being in front. That's all he's got to do, is control it.
Yeah, and we got a fight here between Nerodia and Origlass.
There's a very close fight. You got yeah,
Big Pro joining in as well.
and you got Chris Big Crow not too far behind. Very
Bro,
interesting indeed.
already making the move on Origlass.
Nerodia has got no battery to defend at all, absolutely none. But he's in P8. But it's got no, like I say, they've got no battery. They've got to be able to manage it and use their battery. You can't chuck an overtake when you've got nothing to put in there. But obviously he's doing okay. He just keep. Nerodia stays in P8, Origlass P9, and the Mercedes of Chris in P10. Those three very close together on the track. Mr. Wiggles, P11, having his own little race back there down in P11, but 21 seconds behind those three.
Yeah, I think Nerodia is controlling the pace between these three, and I think Origlass had a moment there. He drops to P10 and Chris Big Pro moves through to P9.
Ellie's got past the Vigor yet again. I think there's been more overtakes from these two than anyone else in the entire in the rest of the pack. It's just amazing racing. This is honestly, I hate to say it, but it is an amazing race for the first one.
Yeah,
May continue.
Yeah, I mean, we should probably send this footage to Max and Norris and show them how it's done.
Yeah, this is how you race without crashing into each other. Preb has pitted and so has Doran. They finally pitted on those hards, and now they're going to mediums for the rest of the race. So Ellie will take the lead of the race. The Vicar closing in. Is he going to take it to turn one yet again? I believe he is. No, he's not. He's dropped back from that one. He hasn't bothered with it. They both lapped Billy, by the way. Billy has been lapped. He was a fast driver last season, but this one he's not. He's just not taken to it. Struggled a lot.
Yeah, so I do believe the last set of pit stops are now done. Maybe Mr. Wiggles, who still needs to pit.
Mr. Wiggles will need to pit because I think he changed his tyres early on, so it might be a bit of front wheel damage to start off with. Chris has got 3 seconds for corner cutting. Naughty, naughty.
Yeah, so all the top 8 drivers are on have done one stops, but yeah, I don't think OWS Young can finish the race on this medium, so he'll probably need to pit once again.
That's right.
But yeah, but everybody from P7, yeah, go ahead.
Something I've just noticed in the comments themselves. Preb and Doran have a great chance to fight for the win. Preb is nearly 12 seconds behind Caberly for P3. So Preb 1 is about 15-16 seconds off the lead, and Doran is about another 3 seconds behind him. So it would be close. It would be close coming to the end. So we'll see what happens. Doran is actually fighting Alex Hagen, the RP, for P5 right now. So Sil Fox has pitted. P14 and gone on to the hards in the RB.
Oh, and they make contact.
Oh, they're getting feisty up there, aren't they? They are getting feisty. Calm down, calm down. They both won the win. They both won it.
Yeah, they both badly wanted.
But looking at the ERS usage itself, Ellie has used it more than what the Vicar has. Because I'm not being funny with the Vicar. He has kept it full. nearly all the time. He's
Right.
been so clever and so smart with what he's done. They're about to lap. I say they've got Simo in front, so they're about to lap Simo. Not a bad race. Obviously, 30 seconds off Mobs John, who's pitted for another set for a new set of mediums. But she has done an amazing job coming back into the league after so long, guys.
Yeah,
Kudos to her.
yeah, definitely. I mean, she will only get better from here, and I think once she gets the hang of the car,
Yeah.
she would have those lovely battles with guys in P10, P9, and maybe higher.
Yeah, but obviously with Simo being right there means that Eddie is now going to get DRS off her. She will get DRS.
Yeah, so interesting. So yeah, Ellie does get DRS. So the car is not going to get closer this time. Ellie steps aside to let both the lead cars through. Doesn't
She
give the
doesn't
same
actually know. She
same privilege to
she
the car
didn't.
for a bit.
That's it. But obviously Vicker gets a DRS. Eddie doesn't. Alex Hagen, Dorna still having a bit of a ding dong back there. They had a bit of a moment coming out of 12 and 13 with I think the Red Bull going, the RB going massively wide. But Doran has got past the RB. Can he keep it? He does get a DRS. He does get a second pass of DRS at the same time. And Alex Hay doesn't. So Doran is in P5.
Yeah, I think that's a good move from him. And clearly, I think he's got better pace than Alex Ogg. So he's going to set his targets now on Prep 1.
So looking at obviously it's Preb 1 and obviously Preb and Dorna have a good chance for the lead of this race. 9 laps to go. Preb is 15.5 seconds behind the leader and Dorna is 18.5 seconds. So I don't think they're going to be there to battle for it. I don't think they'll be there. Too far behind. I don't think they're going to make that amount of time with 9 laps to go.
Yeah, I mean, I think what the leaders are doing is they're not fighting too hard. I mean, they are fighting, but not too hard. So this cycle of exchanging DRS is actually helping them pull away from the rest of the pack.
I've been saying all the way through this race. These first two. Obviously, there was a gaggle of 4 cars to begin with Chris and Roberti to start with, and obviously those two have obviously disappeared behind them. But these two have kept with each other through the entire race. There'd been nose to tail. Literally nose to tail.
I mean, it's amazing how, despite the dirty air effect, they've both been able to follow each other so closely.
Yeah. Apart from the Vickers, a little
few I think both the Mercedes, both the Mercedes seem to be having the fight.
They do too, only at the P8 and 9 respectively. And obviously Oreo is not too far behind them, so 3 Mercedes powered engines. The Williams down there in P10 is only a second behind Staniak. So if he could just push it a bit further and actually get to the DRS of the Mercedes in front, we could have a little fight here for P8, for 8, 9 and 10.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Chris of course has that big time penalty, so he would try to move.
Yes, he does, yeah.
So he would try to move away as much as possible from Stianke.
But he's picked up 3 seconds. So I'm thinking here. Say in the previous games you could pit and get rid of your 5 seconds. Can you not get rid of 10 seconds in this new game? That is going to be so harsh.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got to try it, but I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, sorry, Chris, it does take it off. It does take it off. Sorry,
it does
because Chris to get 10 seconds on his first stop, he's now only got 3, so it does take it off. Narodia's got another 10 seconds. They've already got 20 seconds for the penalties now. 20 seconds. Wow.
Yeah, so a couple of cars into the pit. Alex Ogg, Narodia and Stianke, all the drivers in the pit making their final stops. Alex Ogg and Narodia all on, and Stianke, all 3 of them are on softs.
So they definitely went for the 2-stopper, and obviously down to P8, 9 and 10. But say the 2, let's say top 5, I've got a spot on. 1 stop.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
will drop off because like I say, he's got to try and do another 7 laps on those mediums, and they're going to be screaming already. He's
Yeah,
done
but
11 laps on those mediums.
yeah, but interestingly, he's got 9 seconds gap to Prep 1, so all he has to do is, I mean, he can still afford a second per lap. He can afford to go a second per lap slower than Prep 1 and still finish ahead of him.
Yeah. So maybe a chance for Prep 1 to be on the podium, but he's got to close in 9 seconds in his final field. And he's gone in the pits. He's throwing a pit. Looks like the mediums gave up.
Interesting. So that puts Prep 1 into the podium place. So that's P3 secured for him.
It looked like it. Yeah, it looked like it. Prep 1 15 seconds off the leads. The lead pack of obviously Ellie and the Vicar. Those two are not. They're not giving it. There's no quarter given between the two of them.
I think they would have. I think they can do this even if it is a 100% race. You know, stay within 4 tenths, 3 tenths of each other.
If I know my old man, he struggles with the 50%. So let's not think about doing 100% just as this.
But yeah, 2
Billy
tenths
has
now.
gone back to the pits again. Yeah, the Vicar's about to go for the lead and does so. Is he going to go? He's going to go. Oh, he has got it.
Yeah,
Go up the hill. He's got it. That's an awesome move up there. I haven't seen many moves up there, to be fair, but that one was awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
which means
yeah, go ahead.
Eddie's going to get the DRS down the home straight.
Yeah, so I was going to say that the reason why the back straight doesn't have much moves is it's a very short straight, so you gotta be within 4 tenths or 3 tenths to actually make the DRS work.
It does, yeah, very true. There's no point really using ERS down there because it is, but like I say, it's that short, it's pretty much pointless.
Yeah, so currently no other battles on the track except for these.
There is not, it's just the front two, everyone else is just his seconds apart. Doran is 1.4 seconds behind Preb, so he is slowly closing in on him, but can he do it? Can Doran do it? For a guy that struggled through testing himself, struggling with the car, so maybe he's thrown on a few assists. Billy with the fastest lap of the race, but he is down in P15. Is Doran switched on a few assists now, just to get control of the car?
As far as
he's
I
now
know,
within
no assists.
Doran is within a second of Prep. He is within a second of Prep. Doran can see a podium right now.
Yeah, so let's stay with Doran till he gets the move done. He seems to be getting closer and closer. Prep 1 not able to fight back this time.
Prep, yeah, they both got pretty much the same amount of. Oh, it was a dive to the outside. That was.
Yeah, that was a massive cut.
He doesn't bother. He's going to wait for the home straight. But Doran's got no battery. He's trying to use it now.
Both of them, yeah, both of them with the lights blinking.
Oh, no, Prep 1. When the lights blink, whenever they're straight, they do it at a certain speed. So the engine will start harvesting by itself, even if you're in overtake.
Right. So on the start finish straight, Duran under 2 tenths.
Also point out the Vic is holding the lead as well. Doran has taken it into turn 1, but can he keep it? Can Doran keep it for a podium from the final few laps? So we've got a fight for first and a fight for third.
Yeah, Prep 1 seems to be getting closer but runs out of track. Seems to wait till the back straight and ensure that the gap doesn't come down.
But look at this gap at the front. Look at the gap. It's extending. The Vicar is a second clear of Ellie. But Ellie does have the DRS down this straight. So the gap, he's gapping her. He's actually gapping her.
Yeah,
so he has saved his tyres a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, he has realized that, you know, the games are done, no more tactics. Let's pedal to the floor, and he needs to get that 1 second gap to break the DRS.
Can he do it? Can he do it? No, I don't think so. He's not going to do it down for this straight. So Ellie has actually drained her battery to get in DRS again. She's got nothing to spare in her battery. The silence is growing on us. Preb and Doran are still fighting. So like I say, we've got these two fighters. I know we've got Oriel Glass 7/10 behind Alex Haig. So we've got 3 battles so far going on track. Battle for first, battle for third, and the battle for 7th. I thought would have, but Oriel Glass has just dropped outside the DRS range of Alex Haig.
Yeah, I mean, he's done 14 laps on this hard, so I think Alex
got a yellow flag, yellow flag down the back end, and that was Wiggles again. Lost the back end and caused the yellow flag. I don't think Eddie can respond, you know.
Yeah, I mean, she's trying. The gap is coming down. I'm not sure how much Vicar is deploying his battery, but if he's keeping this gap without any battery deployments, then yeah, kudos to him. But as the gap is coming down, so Ellie is pushing.
Eddie's pushing, but the thing is, the Vicar's got plenty in reserve. I'm just pointing out now, he's got plenty in reserve.
Yeah, so I think let's make our prediction. So who's going to win?
Oh, who's going to win? Oh. You're putting on me now. The point who's going to win. I don't know. Let's leave it to the chat. Who's going to win, chat? I don't want to put anything on this because it's too close to call.
Yeah. So I'll pick whatever you don't pick. So.
You'll go I don't pick. Okay,
yeah.
I'm going to go for Doran then. Now, honestly, I cannot call a winner right now. I just cannot call a winner.
Okay, so I'm going to say this now. So I think Ellie is going to win it. But yeah, I'm just taking a wild guess. Vicar is looking strong right now, but let's see. We got 3 more laps to go. And Prep 1 is now a 1.5 tenths behind Doran. So who's got
them two,
them
two are fine, aren't they? Say there's 2 laps to go now, so they're all going to push like mad.
Yeah,
for those that are close. But the gaps are massive all the way throughout the entire race. The gaps are massive.
Yeah, I mean, we need to understand that all the drivers from P10 and onwards have had at least 1 spin. So the gaps wouldn't have been so large if they didn't get those spins. So yeah, maybe in the second, third race onwards, I really hope the gaps come down.
Yeah. Oliver Smith says he thinks Ellie's going to win.
So yeah, coming down the back straight, 310 before DRS open.
What a first race. What a first race.
Wow, suddenly Vicar has got such a good exit that he pulled a 6/10 gap.
Yeah.
And then it's
we're
coming down again.
now on the penultimate lap. Lap 28. There's one more to go. If Ellie's got to do it, she's going to have to do it now. She has to do it.
I think she's going to wait one more lap.
Close.
I think she's going to wait one more lap. I think staying behind was tactical. But yeah, Vicar did pull away once.
Look at this now. Sorry, look at this now for P3. Preb and Preberli, the 2 Haas guys come into play. Preberli's come out of nowhere.
Yeah, from where did Preberli come from? Oh, wait.
No, Keith's just saying get the podium Doran, but he's got 2 Haas's on his rear. A bit like Austria, Max Verstappen with the Haas's down there.
Yeah.
It's just Austria all over again, and Preberli's got to P4.
Yeah, so Preb letting his teammate through on the faster tire. And I think that's a sensible move because he can then overtake Doran and probably push him into the other Haas, and maybe they can secure P3 and P4.
There's Mr. Wiggles is coming to shot there, and I bet the Vic is shouting him, slow down, give me DRS, Here we go, we are going on the final lap, and as Ollie said, what a season opener for season 16. I cannot agree more. What an absolutely amazing race. Now the Vicar has got to hold this lead. He's got no battery at all. They've both got no battery.
Yeah, I mean, I've got no words. After 29 laps of continuous swapping of positions, these two are still not done with it.
It's been absolutely amazing. Oh, the Vicar just wants Wiggles to slow down, you can tell. But he's too far ahead. He won't get DRS for this final straight.
Yeah, I think Vicar has really got it sorted now. And Doran makes it to P3. Bit of a fight between Preberly and Doran.
Who's going to have it? I think Preberly's going to... Oh, Preberly's gone. Preberly's gone. Doran has got podium.
Podium for now. I'm sure this one's a report.
He's 3 seconds behind Preb, but we don't know if them two came together for Preberly to spin. We just do not know. But here we go. The final straight. Can Ellie take it? I don't think she can, you know. I just do not think she could do it. I think here's your Victor coming now, coming around the final two corners, and it is the Vicar is going to win this first race of the season. What an amazing race! What a fight between the pair of them. The Vicar cross lines in first, Ellie crosses second, and 25 seconds behind him. I think Doran's going to take third place. What an wow!
Yeah,
what a race.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's clear that these two are a class apart, at least at Bahrain. I really hope the other guys, you know, take cues and improve. Doran doing a bit of celebration there for his
that's fantastic. But we don't know if him and Preberly came together in turn 4. That's something we're going to have to find out. What an amazing race. I'd say Prem in P4, Preberly P5. Chris, fantastic start. Comes home in P6. Alex Hay comes home P7. Oil Glass P8.
Yeah, that's a good drive from him.
Staniak, also a good fighter throughout the race, comes in P9. You got Nerodia, who had some good battles throughout the race. It comes in home P10. And Mr. Wiggles is gonna. Mr. Wiggles is now coming through. Is only just coming through turn 13. He was that far behind. The rest of the finish, he's the last person to finish. But I know that, you know, he's been consistent throughout the, well, apart from the start when he had a bit of a spin. Coming home in P11, he's pretty much been on. He's been there on his own all the entire race. But P11 for Mr. Wiggles.
I mean,
and
he
again,
managed
I've got to say,
not get lapped. So yeah.
But what an epic race to start off SFR.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Ellie and Vicar, they were the highlights throughout the race, and both the horses as well showed good.
Yeah, I know they're giving the drive of the day to Oreo Glass. That's the game, but to be fair, I can't give it to one. I've got to give it to two, and that's for the top two. Those two outshone everyone for everyone. The way those two drove and gapped everyone reminded me for when I did it a few seasons ago. For 2 seasons, I was able to gap everyone. It just reminded me of that. For those two, them two alone are my drive of the days. Can't give it to one. Got to give it to them two. Full stop.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Yeah, so let's do a quick rundown of the final position.
So the rundown of the finishing positions. The Vicar, obviously, from Ellie by under a second. Doran in P3, Preb P4, Preberly P5, then Chris, Alex Haig, Oreo Glass, Staniak, Nerodia, Mr. Wiggles down in P11. A lap down with Silfox, Mobs, Billy and Simo, and the only DNF was Gogs. And there it is. There you have it, folks. Race 1 of SFR in Division 3 has been done, and what a race it was.
Yeah, so stay tuned, guys. We've got the Division 2 race coming up tomorrow, same time at 19:30.
With me
and with me as well. So I'm going to me and Gareth, we are going to race as well. So yeah,
I'm going to take
then,
him out. Don't tell him.
Yeah, so until then, have a good rest of the day. See you all.
Bye now.